Hello YouTube stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. If you watched my videos in the past, you will know that my hobby is crappie fishing. That's what I do to take my mind off everything else in the world. Everybody needs a hobby, that's mine. I love this species of fish because they are very difficult to catch consistently. In pursuit of the goal of being a better crappie fisherman, I spend an inordinate amount of time reading articles on crappie fishing, watching YouTube videos on crappie fishing, keeping notes, journals, etc. We will call this time I spend education to develop a skill set to achieve a desired outcome, or education for short. Also, I have tied up monetary resources to buy the necessary equipment to crappie fish with. Rods, reels, boat, motor, electric motor, jigs, tackle, graph, which shows you what's under the water. It's a sonar. We will call this capital investment or investment. Before I go crappie fishing, I look at the overall conditions. I look at water clarity. I look at water temperature, barometric pressure, preceding weather to the day I'm going fishing, forecasted weather on that day, forecasted weather on subsequent days, lunar cycle, barometric pressure, etc. I take the knowledge I gain through the education and I use it in the planning. So when I actually go out to fish and actually do the fishing, we will call this work. I'm very prepared because I have the planning based on the education and I have the proper tools to do it based on the capital investment. As a result, I'm not the best crappie fisherman in the world, but I'm better than most. I consistently catch crappie, which is very difficult to do consistently. People may say, I'm lucky, I get that a lot, but it's hard to be lucky 9 times in a row. It's the result of the preparation I have made. A few days ago, my father and myself went fishing for crappie. Where we were fishing, the limit was 40, 20 apiece, and we limited out in a very short time. We returned to the ramp to load our boat, and a game warden was set up at the ramp checking all boats before they could leave the parking lot, verifying limits. So it caused a backup. While we were waiting to be checked, we were talking to people in other boats. They had 2, 3, one guy had 6, we had 20, or 20 apiece, 40. There's a minimum size limit and the game wardens were measuring the fish to make sure they were legal in length. Ours were way past that. We threw away many, as we called them, that would have been legal, but we wanted to limit a big fish. Now let's call our catch earnings. The game warden comes down the line and gets to us, and we had a little crowd gathered around because we had a limit catch. Of course, we're lucky. But the game warden, nice guy, counted our limit because it's 180 bucks a fish if you go over the limit. He didn't bother to measure because everything was well over the minimum length, but that's 180 bucks a fish if you catch and keep a short fish. Now, for this analogy, let's move forward. Let's say instead of the game warden, and we'll call him the government, was just verifying we were within our limit, was distributing the catch so everybody would be equal. So he gets to our boat, hypothetically. We have 40 fish, other people's got 2, 3, 4. We all fishing in the same lake, going after the same fish. We'll call the lake the economy. Game warden gets to us. You can't take this many fish home and these guys not have that many fish. So I'm going to take 15 of your 40 and I'm going to redistribute it to the fishermen that didn't catch as much. Maybe because they don't fish as much, don't have the right equipment, don't plan, or haven't educated themselves on how to catch the fish. That's irrelevant. It's not fair that I leave with 40 and they leave with 3. So the game warden scoops out 15 of my fish in this analogy. And he walks it down the line and starts distributing it. He gets to a boat from another state. He doesn't even check their live well. They don't have license, which we'll call the license a tax. They're not even supposed to be on the lake. He gives them some of my fish. Anyway, we're not going to call them illegal fishermen. We'll call them undocumented fishermen. So that I leave with 25 fish instead of the 40 in this example. Obviously this didn't happen, but this is exactly what happens with our earnings from our vocation. This is our present tax system. What's being proposed by some presidential candidates is even worse. Retaining this system, however, it will work like the following. I can't eat 25 fish when I first bring them home. Actually, these 40 fish were caught for a charity fish fry. We're giving them away. That being said, if we only got to keep 25, there will be less we had to give away because we have to retain some for our own consumption. And over time, if we wanted to keep some for our own consumption, there'll be less to give away for charity, and we like to give away to old folks and so forth. The proposed system will work like this. I'm still taxed on the fish I catch. The 15 will be taken from me. But I like to put up fish in the freezer. Especially since June, July, and August in the deep south, the heat becomes very oppressive and I don't really fish during those months. We'll call those months retirement. We'll call the compensation to earnings, the fish I put up in the freezer, wealth. What's being proposed is the government will require us to go into our freezer and pull out some of our fish we have frozen for retirement and remit it to the government for further distribution. At this time, the super rich are being targeted. That's just to open the door. It will filter down to lower incomes, but still people that do okay. It's not moral to do it with money any more than it would be moral to do it with the fish. But that's the way this country's headed. It's a dangerous road, and we're going that direction. This is why I think it is important to have a layer of wealth in precious metals where there's not a paper trail to identify how much one has. Precious metals in physical form allows us to shield some of our earnings, our wealth, from what's coming. It's not moral, it's not right, but this is the way this country's going. Precious metals are not a path to riches, it's a preservation tool. This is why I stack. Sorry this video went a little bit longer than normal. Let me know what you think, agree or disagree. Let me know what you think and why you think it. Please give me a thumbs up, share this video if you're so inclined, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching, God bless you, and remember, stay stacked and packed, because we are going to need it.